Hi, Tiffany. Welcome back to my costume party. How are you, Tiffany? How have you been? It's been so long. Oh my god, every single time, Tiffany, I miss you. I don't expect to, but then I do. And I think WWTD, what would Tiffany do? Today we have my best books of the year. So usually I do like a best horror, but then I also do like just like a general books that I enjoyed that weren't horror. And this year, Tiffany, spoiler alert, it's all pretty gay. I went through my Goodreads, I went through the books I read, I wrote down the books where I was like, yes, yes, yes. And by the end of it, I looked at the list and all of it were homosexuality books. A few of them I have physically, a few of them I don't own physically, but they're all literally stinking beautiful and gorgeous and amazing, and you should read every single one of them, Tiffany. I'm not even lying. And usually I would lie. I love the idea that like maybe you can't trust me. Let's start with something kind of fun, and that is the Casey Cox Mountain Man series. I have the 3 novellas. There's gonna be a new one released apparently like in March or something, I think. Casey, if you wanted to give me an ARC copy of that, I would be fine with that. That's like totally chill. I'm totally fine with that. We have The Silent Mountain Man, The Curious Mountain Man, The Reclusive Mountain Man, all written by Casey Cox. There's a good chance, Tiffany, that these are the cutest things ever. We're following in these just brothers. They live in like Utah or something. They're all mountain men. And it's just about them finding their loves, who happen to be also men. And it's all pretty gay. I've learned that Casey Cox does specifically gay fiction, like romances, the way that I need everything that this person writes. Again, Casey, hi. I'm available. This is the first one I read. I read them out of order, but it's about the mountain man and then his best friend. And his best friend realizes that he's in love with the mountain man. The mountain man also has a secret, and his secret is that he's a bottom. So his best friend has this beautiful, emotional, weighty secret of like, I'm in love with you. And his secret is that he wants to be done up the butt. They're kooky, they're funny, they're cute, they're so cute. And they're like a teeny tiny, teensy little bit spicy. Not only that, Tiffany, they're also so easy to read. Literally, they take like an hour each to read because they're teeny tiny. I need more of this series. I need like 100 different mountain man romance novellas. Please and thank you. This might be my favorite non-horror book of the year. A Taste of Golden Iron by Alexandra Roland. First of all, the cover is so beautiful. I want and need to get the hardcover edition of this book, but this book, bro, is it's just do you know what I mean? It's so beautiful. In this, we are following Kadu. He is like a prince. His sister is queen. He kind of gets into like trouble. He kind of like embarrasses himself and the queen and like just like everybody, and it's like not a good vibe. So the queen is like, I'm really thinking about just like exiling you to like get you out of my face, bro, because like I can't right now. And he's like, please don't exile me, please. And she's like, fine, I won't exile you, but you're gonna have to have like a babysitter. Basically, they get this guy whose name is Everin, basically be like his bodyguard. Yes, Tiffany, it's a bodyguard romance. You know, that's like my favorite thing. I love bodyguard romance. He has to like babysit him, and they're both kind of like angry about it. They're both kind of like, ugh. So it's kind of a little bit like an enemies to lovers bodyguard romance. Tiffany, when I tell you that this is like the cutest thing in the world, like the romance in this book had me gagging, gooping, dying. What's crazy about it too, Tiffany, is there isn't even like a sex scene. There's one scene where there's a little bit of mouth to genital vibes. Other than that, there's not really much going on. But bro, the way that these two men literally convince themselves, it's delusion. Convince yourself, oh no, the bad guy is gonna get us. I guess we have to kiss to very much a thing of like, we're not into each other at all. I don't want to kiss you, but this is like work. This is like my job. So I kind of have to. I loved the romance. The other aspects of the book, like the world building and like the mysteries and stuff, also top tier, gorgeous. I am going to be reading literally anything and everything else by Alexandra Roland. I haven't read the like spin-off like novella because it kind of seems straight to me, but Tiffany, you need to read this. You're going to love it, especially if you love gay princes and they're like bodyguards who they fall in love with. Do you remember a few minutes ago when I said that A Taste of Gold and Iron is my favorite book of 2024? Remember that? Yeah, I take it back. Actually, because this book might be my favorite, and that is Peter Darling by Austen Chant. Just so you know, just so you're aware, Peter Darling is better than literally any hetero romance bullshit that you could sell me. It's if you told me a year ago that I would be sitting here and losing it over a Peter Pan retelling, I would look at you weird. I would look at you like you were crazy, because that's not me at all. But when I tell you that Peter Darling does something that is outside of just like Peter Pan, do you know what I mean? Like, because I kind of feel like the Peter Pan retellings are a little bit old. They're a little bit dusty. It's a little bit tired. I don't love it. But Peter Darling, I will defend until my last fucking day. Anyway, this, of course, is about Peter Pan, okay? Peter comes back to Neverland as an adult. He's like 19 years old or something, and he comes back and he meets Hook again. And maybe things happen between Peter and Hook, okay? If you know Tiffany, you know. By the time I finished Peter Darling, I was racked with grief, sadness, because of how absolutely devastatingly gorgeous and beautiful it was, especially at the end, bro. Like, there was so much kindness and compassion and empathy. Literally, there's a vlog of me where I read this and I'm like crying because I just finished it. I was crying not because it was sad, but because of how beautiful it was. You need to read Peter Darling. Honestly, read anything by Austen Chant. It will change your life. It's so good. They do gay romance like nobody else, bro. Nobody else. I don't think I'll ever get over it. Let's talk about She Drives Me Crazy, another gay book. Are you surprised? This is the cutest cover. This is the cutest little like YA romance. I decided to read it very much on like a whim, and I did read it in one sitting. I just like inhaled it basically. It's so cute. So this is about Scotty, who is this girl. She's a basketball player. She's in high school, and she accidentally gets into like a fender bender with her nemesis. This is very much like enemies to lovers, like enemies to lovers, fake dating romance. She gets into a fender bender with Irene, who is like her nemesis. She has hated Irene ever since last year at like this party where Irene got her car towed. So rude. Scotty gets into a fender bender with Irene. It sucks. It's awful. And then also she finds out that Irene has to take her car into the shop and it's not going to be ready for like a week or two. So she's like, fine, I'll give Irene rides to school. That way she doesn't have to like take a cab or the bus or something. Through that, they become kind of friends, and Scotty propositions Irene with like the scheme thing where Irene would pretend to be her girlfriend so that Scotty can make her ex-girlfriend jealous, which is such a thing. Why is that a thing in fiction? Also, I'm sorry, have you ever heard of anybody ever fake dating anyone? Does it only happen in books? Does anybody want to fake date me? This is so cute. This is fluffy. It's easy to read. It's just like the sweetest little thing. But then it's also kind of like sad because it's also really about like grief and healing and like letting people go. I really, really liked this. And I think you would really like it too, Tiffany, because I feel like you're that kind of girl. Do I have you pegged wrong? Do I have you pegged at all? I'm also interested to read other books by this author, like if she does other gay fiction. I'm pretty sure she wrote this book because her daughter is gay. I just read this book and I have to talk to you about it. That is A Strange and Sudden Endurance by Foz Meadows. Tiffany, I think people are sleeping on this. In this, we are following Velison and then also Kithari. Velison is gay, but his family doesn't know it because the country where he's from, it's not good. Nobody likes to hear that you're gay in this country. Like, people are homophobic. So Velison is kind of like keeping it tight-lipped. Velison comes back to his father. He's like a governor, or like a lord or something. His father is like, "Hello, my son. You're going to get married to a woman." Isn't that fun? And Velison is like, you know what? Even though I'm down bad for the dudes, I'm gonna have to take one for the team and marry this chick. And then a horrible thing happens. And like, okay, I kind of thought that it was funny before. Like, before reading the book, I was like, haha, it's so funny. It's not funny. In the book, it is not funny. It's not. I'm laughing because it's not funny. I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous that I thought it was funny, but it's not funny. Velison ends up being attacked and essayed by his ex-partner. And then they get caught by the people who represent his new bride. So it's not great. Velicen is like traumatized basically. It is like, I just got like R-worded, and then also I'm like now out, apparently. That's great. Bad news bears. And then the people who represent the bride are like, hey, you like dudes, it seems. Cool, well, you can just marry her brother. Velicen, even though his father has like basically disowned him, is still gonna go through with this like arranged marriage. And that's where Cathari comes in. Cathari is like a sweet little cinnamon roll. Oh my God. You're thinking, Tiffany, this is like a marriage of convenience kind of fun thing. It's actually about healing. It's about trauma. It's about acceptance. Oh my God, it's so cute. I could literally die. Not only that, it's crazy. Like the world building, the writing. Tiffany, Foz Meadows was like, what if I came to play? Oh wait, no, I can't come to play. I have to be serious with these bitches. They were, because their writing was so beautiful, dude. I'll never get over it. I cannot wait to read the second book. I can't wait to see what happens. Loved this. You need to read this. We have to talk about another Austen Chant book. That is Coffee Boy. Coffee Boy is about Kieran. Kieran expects to like have to flip burgers after he's out of like college. However, he lands this really cool internship, like the internship of his dreams basically. The only thing that sucks about it is that Kieran is like an openly trans dude, and he's amongst all of these like older people who don't really get that, who like continually like use the wrong pronouns to like talk to him, and it's like, it's very annoying. But also what's annoying is Kieran's new boss, this guy named Seth. Seth is prickly, Seth is cold, and Kieran is like, you know. But what's interesting is that Kieran notices that Seth has a crush on their boss. Kieran is like, okay, this is kind of fun. And the more he gets to know Seth, the more he's like, wait a minute, Seth has a crush on our boss, but I think I have a crush on Seth. Once again, Austen Chant is a god. Coffee Boy lives rent-free in my head as like one of the cutest things I have ever read. It's so sweet and it's so beautiful, bro. What's even better and what's the best in my opinion is the fact that Seth is a bottom. There's not much to say about it other than it's just like a cute, fluffy, fun little book about a trans guy finding love. And who doesn't love to see that? She gets the girl. This is by Rachel Lippincott and Alison Derrick, who are married. This is about Alex. Alex is like a flirt. She's like constantly like flirting with people. She doesn't even mean to. She just is. She just does. And her girlfriend, Rachel, I think her name is Rachel. Her girlfriend's pissed off about it. She's like, I don't like it. You flirt with everybody. It's like dumb. But Alex is going off to university, like in a different city. So her and her girlfriend are gonna have to like part ways or whatever. And her girlfriend tries to like be like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. But Alex can't seem to say it back. And so they go and they kind of like end on bad terms. And then we have Molly Parker. Molly is like the opposite of Alex. Molly can't talk to a girl to save her life, especially the girl that she loves, who is somebody that she's never spoken to. They went to high school for years together, never could say a single word to her. But Molly and Alex meet, and Alex is like, Molly, I could help you get your girl and you can help me get mine. They come up with like a little planny plan so that they can both end up with the girls that they want. However, maybe instead they'll end up together. This is such a cute book, and I'm angry that it took me so long to read it. It's just the sweetest little thing. And it's not even just the fact that it's like a romance that's sweet. It's like the other parts of the book too, like the sort of slice of life aspects of the novel are just cute. And then also just like the characters, Alex, Molly, the characterization, the plot, the romance, bro, and the fact that there's like a plot outside of the romance is absolutely stunning. Gorgeous, beautiful. I can't wait to read more from this duo, these lesbies. Should we talk about Dark Rise by C.S. Pacat? I loved these, like more than I thought I would. These are so fucking good, bro. Especially this. The sequel, bro, is so good. And I know, I've been talking about these books for so long. I won't shut up about them. At least I feel that way. But I need you to know, Tiffany, that these These are gorgeous. In this, we're following Will, who is on the cover of each book. Will is kind of like a nobody. Will's mother has died. He doesn't really have anywhere to go. He has no family. He kind of just like travels and, you know, tries to get in here and there. But then he's kidnapped by these like people who like serve this guy named Simon. And Simon is like a follower of like the Dark Lord. Sorry, the Dark King. I want to call him the Dark Lord. That's Harry Potter. The Dark King. The Dark King is dead. He has been dead for a while, but people like want to see him resurrected and like have him come back. There are other people though who don't want that to happen, and they're called the Stewards. So the Stewards end up rescuing Will, and they find out that Will is like an ancestor of somebody who is prophesized to be able to defeat the Dark King. And Will is like, what? Me? That's crazy. But he's like, fine, I'll do it. And that's basically all I'm gonna tell you. It's a hard book to explain. It's a hard book to synopsisize. But bro, when I tell you that it's so fucking good. I mentioned before that the first book has like the essence of gay, and then the second book is like gay concentrate. I was on Pinterest looking up fan art. I was on Pinterest looking up just anything and everything I could, bro. I am obsessed with these. I love the story. I love the direction it's going. I love the romance between Will and James. And I'm genuinely interested to see what's gonna happen, especially in the third book, bro. I need to know what's gonna happen in the third book. The way that she ended it in Dark Air is literally a crime, and I'm not okay. You should read these because they're very, very, very good. My friends, my family, my familia, thank you so much for being here, for helping me with this. What? Thank you. Don't forget to hit subscribe because we talk about spooky shit, we talk about creepy shit, we talk about getting the girl and Peter Darling and shit. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for being here today. Let me know down below what you thought of these books, if you've read any of them, if you didn't like any of them. I would love to know. I love your opinions. You have so many of them, and I love each and every single one of them. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening. I will see you in my next one. Bye. Goodbye, Tiffany. Goodbye. Au revoir. Goodbye. Goodbye.